Hi, Megan. Thank you for being on my little Zoom talk here. It's great to have you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for, it's just great to be here. Thank you.
Great. Good, good, good. Good to be here too. So why don't we just start off by just letting you tell people what you do?
Yeah, we can start with that. So I am a life and leadership coach in the world of coaches. We all have a funny name, but life and leadership coach is me. Really, what does that mean? So I support people in getting out of their own way. My flavor of it, if you will, my method is to take a deep dive right away and look at what are the core fears that are driving the automatic ways we show up in the world. And through a series of calls and exercises, we identify that so we can start breaking up with that automatic and come to life from a new way, a way more connected to who we are. We know our fears tell us we're some kind of way, and that might not always be true. And if we are more connected to how powerful we are, how skilled we are, how talented we are, what could be different in our lives? So I help my clients break that up and play with a different option and see if it creates a different outcome in their lives.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of call for that. So
Right, right.
I'm happy that you're doing this for everybody. Um,
Thank
so I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your core alignment program. I was wondering if you could tell me about it. And of course, since this is all about covert narcissism, how the core alignment could tie into covert narcissism. And if you could just take it from there, I'm all ears.
Yeah. Yeah. So in my experience, both personally and supporting other clients, when when you've recognized that you've been in relationship with a covert narcissist and you're looking to create a boundary and rebuild from there, that often that's what it is. It's a rebuilding period. It's letting go of what was, and like, now how do I exist in the world without that? And I think a lot of us who've experienced that um, want to make sure that doesn't happen again. So, how my core alignment sessions, what that is taking a look at what are the things that we listen for in conversations in, or that we look for in people, in opportunities that might actually be connected to a fear of ours that keeps us in a repeated pattern. So maybe the way that we've showed up in a relationship, with a covert narcissist, maybe there are some key things that happen there that show up in a job we sign up for that has some similar things that take from us in that way. So it's an opportunity for some radical responsibility um, inside of being a victim of that, which a lot of times we don't want to do because we're justified in our experience for sure, right? Like, why wouldn't we be? And how my sessions, this particular set of calls supports people is validating that experience and what can we own to move forward and be responsible for so that it doesn't happen again. So yeah, how that works is we look at as I mentioned, what those underlying fears might be that have us listening for and looking for certain things in interactions in people. Um, we start to break that up. So we notice when that's happening. We can feel it in our bodies oftentimes. We can, just certain things we listen for in conversations and start to get connected to if that fear isn't the driver and we're actually making decisions from what we know we're worth, from what the kind of life we want to lead, the kind of person we want to be now, not waiting till we become that person. How we may show up differently. We may set boundaries a little earlier. We may have very clear yeses and very clear nos if we're more connected to that version of ourselves from the get-go. So there's a bit of an undoing and then a developing a new muscle, a new way of looking at things. And then from there, the third session I do with clients through this offering is then we actually get an action plan together.
You know, the whole campaign, the whole reason why I put together this thing, and the film that I made was to make people aware of covert narcissism because it's very covert.
Yeah, yeah,
And also to offer some tools and avenues for people to recover from this, because recovery is hard. And this core alignment seems like that might be an avenue to choose.
yeah, yeah. And really, like, it's just so fulfilling for me to support people, specifically who have been through this, as somebody who's been through this. It's the experience of covert narcissism is, it's like a double whammy. It's both the, the pain, and the just the, like, all of that, but not seeing it coming, to
Yes.
experience that, like, to have so much of it be revealed in the rear view mirror can feel, um, like you've been taken advantage of, like time wasted, money wasted, like so many things where it's just like it hits you all at once. And so to support somebody through that, um, while acknowledging their experience, like we can't, I never say, okay, just get over it. We got to move on. No, there's opportunity there to actually acknowledge like what you've been through and to feel your way through that. And oftentimes, like I highly recommend, like, there's support from a therapist in there, some healing work to do, but we can do that healing work in conjunction with moving forward.
Wow. Yeah.
Don't have to do one before the other. So yeah, it's I feel like it's really vital, support, um, and I'm honored to do it.
Very good. Yeah, I don't think any of us saw it coming. So I was wondering, could you tell us how we can reach you, and a website or any information?
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. So many ways. My website, if you go to meganlucascoaching.com, you'll find links that'll send you to here. I also have a more female driven, or female based, website with similar information. If you go to dearstrongwoman.com, either of those ways, you'll find me. You can email me at meganlucascoaching@gmail.com.
Well, thank you so much, Megan.
Yep, thanks, James.